If we're starting the clock, good morning, everybody. I'm from British Telecom. Together with John, we are lead engineers, lead people for IoT. John heads up the research department, and myself, I'm an architecture. I'm an architect. Today, I want to talk about enabling the exchange of 5G data, and I'm going to do so in 3 slides. The first, we're going to spell out the problems, the second, how we can assist, and then the third, crucially, how can we address the problem of scale. So, in this first slide, I'm going to illustrate the typical challenges we believe are faced today. On the left-hand side are the producers, and the right-hand side are the consumers. And both of these have challenges in sharing the data. Richard, could you press the button 5 times? Not least is the point-to-point, the siloed nature that results from the current arrangements. 2 more, please, Richard. That's it. Just take it up there. Lovely job. Each consumer uniquely takes their feed from their provider, and in doing so, they raise a number of questions, Richard, about how to connect and how to consume. The providers equally are challenged by having multiple consumers. The challenges here being maintaining all of those feeds. So Richard, if we can stop and take a look at Joe. Can we press one more? There we go. Now, Joe is our electronics engineer up there. He's interested in the electricity data. And you can see he's taking, for example, data from 5 sources. They're not only varying the content, but also in the period, their format, and their transfer mechanism. And if we step forward now and add an important, but now up until now missing party, Richard, please. The overall owner of the data. Is he coming? One more, maybe? There we go. We also have the overall owner of the data, and they have challenges too. What data am I sharing, with whom, and within what legal contractual frameworks? Am I providing enough service? Am I over-providing service? Those sort of questions. So moving on to again, please, Richard. At BT, we've been thinking hard about this for a long while, and our solution is a BT data exchange, Richard. Using this, we aim to bring order to all of that chaos. From the providers, we provide one connection to manage, Richard. And similarly, we do so, Richard, for all the consumers. Now, our friend Joe, please, Richard, he still has to understand the content, but all of those other challenges around periodicity and format and other things are no longer competing for his time. How? Well, we deliver an online shop experience, Richard, in which the data is uniform, Richard, by which we mean we use the web standard API. It's catalogued, both for human and machine readable. And here I'm going to branch into Argos and talk about the benefit of a catalogue and knowing what you're getting. Online Argos, of course, thank you, Rich, for already going ahead, is the ability to also see reviews, peer review. Is this data any good? Is it up to date? Is the temperature accurate within a certain number of degrees? We believe that's very important. We also believe it's very important to be able to explore that data, and this is on a try before you buy basis, if you like, but it's certainly very important to see graphs to try out ideas. We moved on, try before you buy, the ability to have limited access to that live data before you're fully committed, before you are fully granted that data. We believe it's very important to have the documents central and once. And finally, for this section, it's going to be versioned. And that's very important. Think about today, you're sharing a comma-separated value file, and you want to update it. You've got to contact all your consumers and say at midnight it's going to change. This is taken care of seamlessly within this. And finally, then, we're going to return to that owner. And what are we giving the owner? Richard, please. We're giving them also the ability, then, to address those questions, which were around controlled, audited, and secured. Okay, we've marched on. Lovely. And in this final slide, then, I want to address the scale. Scale is going to be important in this, as scale is driven by the multiple factors. Our response, there we go, Richard, one more go, is to provide the data exchange and to meet that scale challenge by using the public cloud. And I think just a little bit more. There we go. There's the public cloud vendors. We want to instantiate on all those clouds. And the final 3 presses of the mouse, please, Richard, are all of these enable this data to be shared easily. We can share streaming data on a pub-sub model. We can share near-term data. So we would say maybe for 3 months, you'll be able to go in and query that data. But all of this data is working its way towards a data lake. And please, that's it. The last few mouse clicks there are then saying about making a data lake available for customers to come in via the marketplace of the different cloud vendors, apply their favorite tools and extract and analyze that data. And I'm going to leave it there.